Country fried steak is so fucking good.
Oh, I did.
Oh,
Is that what you had for dinner?
it is.
Yeah, we had cube steak last night.
It's so good. It's just
It is. How long did you soak it in milk before you fried it?
so these are the ones I got out of a bag.
Oh,
Well, they're the ones I had from school. They're so good. I don't care.
yeah, but they're
I know
already
the
breaded.
difference. Yeah.
Yeah, that means you didn't put. Oh, did you sprinkle some all-purpose Greek seasoning on it after you fried them?
No, just Tony Chachere's.
No, you got to go all-purpose Greek. That cavities with the salt in it.
See, I don't like that one because it's too close to catheter. You know what
It's
I
so
don't
good. I
like?
put that shit on everything.
Ugh.
Tell
No,
me.
but wait, what?
Tell me what you don't like.
Catheters.
Yeah,
I've never had one, and I never want one.
I got a fun catheter story.
Oh. That's a great. You do that at parties? Hey, y'all, I got a great catheter story.
I got a really good catheter story. It's not me, though. It was my dad.
It's my friend Oker.
Yeah. No, but my dad got a catheter. He's had, some work done. And
Extension.
and so when they would put it in, he kept making weird noises at him. Like, oh, until they told him to stop.
I like your dad.
Yeah, no, he's got some fun moments. Now, he didn't realize this, but he tried to take the catheter out himself, and you shouldn't do that.
No.
And he tore the inside of his.
I want to make my butthole pucker.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So it was funny going in. It was not funny coming out. It wasn't funny in either situation.
That's what I was going to say. Now I'm upset that a man had to get a catheter in.
Yeah, it's pretty common procedure.
But speaking of things that hurt coming out, Ryan said he had some. Don't laugh at that.
I can't help it.
Ryan had a Carolina Reaper plant.
Oh yeah.
So I decided to go pick about 15 or 20 of them and turn
Oh,
them
you
into
took him up on it?
Yeah, I turned it into hot sauce.
Oh no.
Well, it's pretty good. It is hot, but it's edible. At least I think it's edible. But I'm a crazy person when it comes to that shit. But
get you and Tyler together. He makes hot sauces too.
I ended up doing I keep wanting to say Carolina Reaper and Kiwi hot sauce.
Uh-huh.
It turned out better than I thought it was going to be. It's very Kiwi front. I like it. But I ate some yesterday and it hurt coming out. Well, that's the moral.
I'm sure. Yeah. Carolina Reapers are no joke.
No. So you know how birds can't feel capsaicin when they eat peppers?
I didn't know that.
Well, even what are they called? Birds, when they eat a Carolina Reaper, it doesn't matter. It'll still kill them because it fucks up their inside so bad.
That doesn't surprise me.
Even at the base of Ryan's plant, there was a pepper that fell and it was half eaten. I can only imagine the poor little rabbit.
Hopefully a squirrel.
Oh, of course, that'd be hilarious yet awful to watch.
Yeah.
That's
a horrible way to go. You think like the fact that when birds eat hot peppers, they can't feel the heat.
No, they don't have like capsaicin receptors. Holy shit.
Yeah, close enough.
It's a hard ass combo. But anyway, yeah, they don't have those.
Notice I haven't tried to say it yet, so I'm not gonna.
I think
but that seems like a problem with their evolution. Like they should have a receptor to be like, yo, don't eat 8 of these, you'll die.
Well, the reason they don't is so they can shit out the pepper seeds, and the pepper seeds can go far. But when we genetically mutate peppers to where it can melt through some shit.
Yeah.
Because those never existed. They weren't supposed to.
Yeah, well, I mean, most of the food we eat never existed. You know?
Well, I mean, you're right. When you go back to the collards, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and I think another plant all derived from the same.
Broccoli.
Broccoli, that's what it was. All from the same plant.
And only one of those ever existed in nature, or none of them did. I can't remember.
It was none of them. It was a shitty plant that was a combination of all of them, but it was trash.
Yeah, bananas used to be unedible. It was just all seeds.
That's why banana flavoring tastes like not bananas, because it was those bananas.
Those are my favorite runts.
The Laffy Taffy.
Yeah, Laffy Taffy, banana Laffy Taffy is good too. But it's hard to go to there's a place in Somerville that sells candy in jars where you just fill up your bag, and one of the jars is just banana runts. Like I don't have to go sifting through all that other shit. I can just get full on banana runts.
Do you sit on your couch and pretend you're King Kong? Oh,
I have. I don't currently, but I have done that.
I hate what we think a lot alike.
Well, no, you think like me when I was 8.
Well, that's right.
I mean, you know.
I bet I was sexier than you at 8.
I don't know.
I don't like this conversation.
I had
deleted.
I had that Opie Taylor look, you know, like real approachable.
Hey, Opie.
Yeah.
Oh,
let's go down a different train. Let's go on a different train.
Oh.
Speaking of weird things, I drew Terrence's cat character with its shirt pulled open and its nipples showing, and you just said needs more nipples.
Well, cats have 6 nipples, do they not?
They do, but this is a cat sorcerer humanoid.
So he should only have 4.
I don't know. I thought about putting more nipples on it, but I didn't.
Just copy and paste the nipples.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got more cartoons coming out. You're doing Nerd Basement, which is just a cheap noob show, if I've ever heard it.
It really is.
I mean, I'm fine with it.
Less cats.
Yeah, if you would fuck off. Listen, you're fed, your shit's peeling, you have water. I don't have time to give you attention right now.
Yeah, give us 20 minutes.
I know. But anyway, what were you saying?
I got the first 5 done, and every new episode I try, because basically I don't know how entertaining these things are to other people, and I don't really care. I'm learning how to animate by doing these. So Terrence said early on that he was at Paul's Pizza House and Pussy Emporium.
No, it's Paul's Pussy Palace and Pizza Emporium.
There it is. TM.
It's a classic. I will I'll tell you how we got to that, but continue.
Yeah. You mentioned each one of our characters was missing a loved one or just someone we knew, and his was a prostitute or hooker or lady of the night who licks his back. We're about to get to the point where I have to animate him finding her, right? Yeah. Something in my head was just like, when he sees her for the first time, it needs to cut to this 80s, sexy music. And it starts with like the feet and it pans up and then it goes to a flashback of her licking his back.
Gross.
So that's what, So I'm going to try to animate this. And I mean, who knows? Somebody might want to wank to it, so that might be where we get our money. And if, that cartoon is the one that makes it happen, then I'll know what I need to do with my life.
Yeah, come on, Adult Swim, pick us up.
I mean, I'm currently, before we start doing this, I'm drawing a hooker's bedroom for this to happen in. And granted, I have no artist, so these aren't high-tech drawings by any means, but I think it'll be funny.
Was that the one you put in the chat? That lady with the red hair?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, I got all the maps done for our one shot that happened last Wednesday.
Okay. This happening tomorrow as we record this?
Yeah, it's happening tomorrow. I'm real excited.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Mahogany, hanging out in the background. Just living her life, getting a drink.
Oh, she is home. Hello. I thought that was the ghost in the house.
Do you have a ghost in your house?
No.
Wow. It's just Oi.
And Frakes has ghost in his house.
Yeah, we
Apparently.
talked about that. But no, I'm really excited because I can't wait for y'all to see the creatures that I made.
I'm looking
I
forward to
don't.
it. I'm just I'm playing it. I like your one shots because I get to make a really weird character, and to hell if it dies.
Well, I'll let you know this, but if any time a character dies, I don't want them to just straight out stop playing the game because that sucks.
Yeah.
But canonically, your character will be dead. So when we get to the end, they're not there. But I still want y'all to have fun because that'd be lame as fuck if my first creature smashed you. And then you had nothing to do.
Let me roll dice for the monsters. Let me just talk shit about the other people. I don't think my
Or
character is going to be the one that dies first.
no, you got a spear fighter.
Yeah, but I mean that doesn't mean much.
Well, you have a fighter. It's got a lot of con usually.
No,
Oh.
I'm playing an investigator. 6 levels investigator, 1 level fighter. I'm basically a rogue with a fighter level.
Yeah, there's like no casters really. I think Mahogany's playing the only caster.
Playing a
Unless you get
witch.
spells. Yeah.
I get potions I could drink. And Kevin throws bombs, so he's basically a caster-ish, I guess. But yeah, no, that's fun. It's fun that we got Matt. We talked Matt into playing something other than a caster for a
I
change.
know. I think he's playing like a rogue or an
Mhm.
assassin.
His artwork for it looks dope.
I don't know. All y'all made fun characters. Terrence, I'm excited because he's playing a fucking tax collector. And that's the reason we're hunting down Santa.
Mm-hmm. Back
Because
taxes.
what's more evil than that? I can't think of a damn thing.
Yeah, so if you listen to this and you haven't heard the first part of his Noobs one shot, but you've done a few of them now,
Yeah.
look for War on Christmas.
Funded by Fox News.
Oh no.
No, yeah,
No. No.
yeah. Now I gotta take that out.
Yeah, I mean you can
Hold
leave
on.
it in. Noobs attacking his cat because it's making noise in the background.
Not attacking, just slapping with my penis. It's like one of those sticky hands you used to get at the grocery store.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Gack.
I need
Like
to take a shower.
Just tipping along.
Nobody told me how badass Primus's music videos are.
Really?
Yeah, Facebook decided to start showing me to them, and they're all just claymation.
A lot of them are, yeah. Southbound
Like
Pachyderm.
Yeah, that one's cool as shit.
Tommy the Cat. I can't remember if that one's all claymation.
I don't think it is. Was it? But Winona had a big brown beaver.
Yeah.
Is the one that sticks out to me the most because they're the robot cowboys for some reason.
Mm-hmm. Have you watched Mr. Crinkle?
No. Should I watch Mr. Crinkle?
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Crinkle. How are you today? That whole video is one shot.
Huh. I'm gonna put that on my to-do list now.
Put it on the to-do list. That's a feat for when videos were being made in that time period. It's really cool.
I always enjoy the
Primus.
He's I think the most talented bass player, I would say, unless I can't think of anybody else.
Yeah, you either really like it or you hate it. There's not a lot of middle ground with Les Claypool's style of bass.
I had to learn to like it. Which I started to appreciate now. It's like if you watch him play, it's like that solo and Tommy the Cat's like stupid good.
Mm-hmm. Here's something. Fred Durst produced some of their songs on Antipop, and they're great.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Fred Durst isn't a terrible person, right?
I don't know what kind of person he is. It's just his music's not. The music that he wants to be in front of isn't good, but he's produced some very good albums, or at least songs on those albums.
He's got to keep rolling. It was past your time, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. How old were you then?
No, I know that song. I was in high school.
I know you weren't past the prime.
48 fucks in this fucked up song. That's when I knew I had outgrown Limp Bizkit.
What about ICP when they, fuck the world, they say fuck in the song 93 times?
I never really got into ICP. I never had anything against it, but just wasn't my jam.
It's a guilty pleasure.
Some of it is
like, well, there's a lot of trash. But they're fun. I want to go to their gathering. I also want to watch people get really hype and do drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Steve-O was there last year. There's videos up on YouTube. I don't know. I didn't know Steve-O was an ICP fan.
Yeah. I went to an event called Fall Ball many years ago, which is a hippie fest in North Carolina, and it's like not promoted for many reasons because you mostly go there to do drugs and watch jam bands all night. And I had a great time. The music's not super my cup of tea for those things, but all the other activities were right up my alley at that point. But I did that, and then I watched the what was it? The documentary about the gatherings, and I was like, those are the same people, just in different clothes, and different taste in music.
Yeah,
it's really the same people. They're all there to just have a good time and do a lot of drugs.
That's why if you ever see somebody outside of a concert just selling balloons, buy one and huff it in the stands because it's not illegal.
Mm-hmm.
It's like buying the canned air. That's why it tastes like a bittering agent in it, because people kept huffing it.
Well, it's delicious.
It is. It's that.
I worked with a guy once who was my boss, and he was a deadhead. And every story started with, so I was selling grilled cheese sandwiches and balloons, and then random town and state. Every story he ever told started with, I was selling a grilled cheese sandwich and balloons and blah, 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 blah. Story.
I bet those grilled cheeses were delicious.
If you've been following a hippie band around for a year, bread and cheese in any capacity is probably delicious.
Toker, let me ask you a question. Speaking of hippie vans, could you see me living out of a hippie van?
Yeah. No hesitation. Right. You got that right.
I want one.
Instant answer.
Thank you, because I want to get a hippie van. Like one of those RV mobile homes, or motor homes.
I could see you driving a van that has a lot of cool artwork on the side, which is something I've always wanted to. Like, one of those, oh fuck, you know what I'm talking about? Like
the Volkswagen bus. The 80s vans, like with the Pegasus on it.
Yeah, there's a fucking wizard fighting a dragon on the side, and the guy who painted it on the van got the idea because it was on a t-shirt at the flea market. Like that, I want that artwork on a big stupid van.
When we get big and famous, we can do that. That'll be our mobile, our tour van, but we can also record in it.
And I just want that to drive.
And if we really get nasty, we could all just fuck in it.
Mm-hmm. My dad had a big windowless van, but it was for hauling
soup kitchens.
He'd taken all the back out, and then built a bench and put shag carpet in it.
Hell yeah!
Because the shag carpet was free, but it was for hauling peaches. You see the big van.
The carpet kept him from bruising.
Yeah, it kept him from bruising and rolling around. Reached up and grabbed him. But no, that was almost one of my first vehicles, was that van, because it had sat for a while. And that was my plan, was to get it running and to put some stupid fucking dragon on the side of it. I was very excited. And we got in there and we started working on it, and then realized that the driver's seat underneath the floorboard was so rusted that it was literally about to fall through. It would have been a Flintstone vehicle, but instead of just the feet, your whole body would go through the bottom.
Yeah, and the best part is when you put your ankles through, you also get, tetanus.
Yeah.
The rust cuts.
That dashed my hopes and dreams of a van at that point in time. I was very excited for that.
What you could have done is you could have got a plexiglass and had a glass bottom van. You can see all that roadkill you go over. Just real fast. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a tooth.
What's the biggest thing you ever hit in a car?
A raccoon, and it fucking cracked my bumper.
Mm.
Like, and that's why I switched back to a Kia Soul because it's just high enough to go over the raccoons.
Deer don't care about that.
Well, no, but if that happens, I got that covered. They're not going to replace a bumper because of a raccoon.
No.
I didn't get his insurance information, mostly because he's a little fuzzy animal that doesn't carry cards with him.
Your insurance don't cover it if you hit a deer?
I'm pretty sure they will. I just fucking all insurance is a scam. I fucking hate them. I'm paying to you. Why do I have to keep paying money after I use you?
I call them and I say, I want the cheapest policy I can get so that the cops won't write me a ticket.
Well, that's good too, but also I wish my car was fucking paid off.
Yeah, so you can't.
Yeah,
you have to get better insurance because you're making payments on the car. That's why I drive side of the road cars.
Yeah, you drive a fucking pussy wagon. It's what you drive around.
Yeah, that Lincoln Town car, America's last true luxury car. Fucking ashtray at every door, ashtray at the center console. My driver's seat broke on me though. Like part of it cracked, and it's the metal, so I've got it tied back in place, but it feels a little bit like a rocking chair now.
That's a luxury.
I'm not mad about it. I'm not really mad about it.
Can we put rocking chairs in our driver's seats? Because that would get me in trouble because I'd just be sitting there rocking the car.
Yeah, like a man, you still driving that thing? And what I hear is like, man, you're still not making car payments? And I'm like, yep.
Hey, I had no shame. Because once that nice housing market crashes, I'm gonna rent this place out and buy me a motorhome. I'll be driving around. Gonna jerk off in every state, and no one can stop me.
Well, you trying to rent your house?
Probably eventually.
No.
You want to come live here, Toker?
I might.
Yeah, feel free.
Is it going to be cheaper than what I'm paying now?
What are you paying now?
$650 a month.
No. It'll be whatever my payment is on my motorhome.
Oh, well, yeah, that's the smart plan.
I don't want to rent out and be that piece of shit about it. If I rent something out, it's because I'm trying to pay something else off. And if I can make my payments with it, listen, you're not going to find another single wide trailer with 2 tiled in bathrooms, goddammit. It's a fucking one of a kind.
Mm-hmm. Plus, if you get to know the neighbors, you could go shooting out back.
Yeah. I've been holding off on doing that again. The neighborhood was like, yeah, we heard you for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Was it too much for them?
A little. That's why I only do it so often.
Yeah.
It's not a every weekend thing because then fucking there's no HOA, but like they have baseball bats and I have kneecaps and
yeah. Well, I mean, you want to be nice to your neighbors.
No.
When I lived in Cross, it was the same thing. Like I'd go let the neighbors know, like, hey, I'm gonna shoot a lot today, just so you know. Like,
yeah. You can either leave or listen.
Yeah. I mean, it's my property. I can do what I want, but at least I'll let you know.
Yeah, legally with the police too. They come out and like, what are you shooting into? These big dirt hills? Well, there's nothing we can do.
Mm-hmm.
See ya.
Yeah, I had them come out to my trailer there and hey, where are you shooting? And I'm like towards the what's
gas
the term?
tanks and
yeah. No, but like all the property behind the trailer was like if you're back there, you shouldn't be. It wasn't game management, but it was like
National Forest,
something like that. Like you couldn't, like if somebody got shot back there, then they fuck them. They weren't supposed to be back there.
Nature reserve.
Yeah.
I'm good at fucking Pictionary.
So I could shoot into the woods, right? But I couldn't shoot left or right because there were houses on the other side of the woods there. Every time the cops come, hey, where are you shooting? And I'd be like in that direction. I'm like, okay, well, what are you shooting? And I'd show them, and they'd hang out, and then they'd leave.
You just gotta hope you're not smoking when they roll up.
Yeah.
Because that was old Toker.
Yeah. Well, even old Toker didn't mix firearms with alcohol and weed.
Good job, old Toker.
Yeah. I mean, it's, I grew up with guns. They kill people. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. Yeah, both, really. Yeah. Guns are fucking dangerous, but God, they're fun to shoot.
Listen, I understand how you get a power trip. It's there.
Mm-hmm. You mean I could put a hole at something that's 100 yards away? That's magic.
It's like having a scorching ray wand.
Yeah, I'd want to use it.
Getting new. So yeah, fucking. I'm gonna edit that part out. You got any ideas for? My mouth stopped working.
It did. It's all that corn you ate before we recorded.
Oh, it's so good. You got to eat your corn cobs vertical. No, Nerd Bowl. You got any ideas yet?
I hadn't even thought about it. It's coming up though soon, ain't it? In a couple months.
Yeah, February.
I don't know. This will be the first time that I don't know if I'll have Sunday off.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, same.
Yeah,
no, wait, I will.
Yeah. The job I had for 17 years was never open on Super Bowl. I don't know where I'll be working then.
Did you get the post office job?
That's taken longer than I expected. You know, I should have known. Everybody says the post office is slow, but I assumed that they were in a hiring frenzy because the holidays are coming up, and I just knew I'd be working before now. And I'm still waiting.
That's uncomfortable. Did they at least tell you to get fired or no? Or like, hey, you didn't get the job?
No, I mean, I did the background check thing and I checked the thing, the whatchamacallit, background check's still pending, I guess. I figured when was Thanksgiving? Last week?
2 weeks ago, I think.
Okay, so we're on 2 weeks now. I went the Monday before Thanksgiving to do the fingerprints. And that's the last I've heard. And then I got on some forums and looked, and they're like, some people get it in like 2 weeks. And then some people wait like 2 months or 3. And I was like, oh, no. I'm going to have to go find another stupid job.
Well, I hope you come deliver my mail. Will you?
I will. I talked to the mailman that comes to my house, and I was like, man, tell him I'm ready to work. He's like, I'll get on it. I like my mailman.
Yeah, I have to apologize to him because I don't ever check my mail. I don't see. I wish I could just not get mail. There's nothing they're going to send me that I need. It's always like, here's your dad's medical bills he hasn't paid. And it's like, I'm not him. And I call him and he tells me to throw them away.
Yeah.
And then, you want a credit card? No, I don't want a credit card.
There was a whole Seinfeld episode, even back in the 90s, about how the mail was useless. But it's how I get my dog food.
No, give me things I need. Yeah. But like, I don't want letters. There's no letter I'm going to need ever.
Yeah, I like junk mail. I hate it.
Fucking jury duty. I don't need it.
Have you had to do jury duty?
No, I haven't.
Oh, well.
Because the one time I did get jury duty, I was like, fuck, well, whatever. And then I forgot about it about 2 months after the date. And then I called up there. I was like, hey, I didn't get the letter, or I just found, I lied to him. They're like, oh, don't worry about it. It got canceled. It's fine.
Yeah. I think I've said this on here before, but I had jury duty once and I showed up and I got to the point where they asked everybody to stand up and tell you your name and where you work. And I stood up and I was like, hey, I'm Chris and I work at Hooters, because at the time I did. And they all laughed. And then I went home and they mailed me a check for 38 cents.
Just like a Hooters girl.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably what they thought.
That's how I got the job at Hooters.
Your tits?
No, we no, it's all ass. You got to get both in there, really.
That's tutors.
Me and a buddy were like, we just started going to Johnson & Wales. Just moved to Charleston, was trying to find jobs. So we went to like every restaurant in North Charleston and just grabbed applications. Damn. And then he was like, let's go to Hooters and fill out these applications and eat. And then we can just go drop all these applications back off. And I was like, all right. So we go sit down at Hooters and the manager sees us filling out all these applications for other places. So he brings us a couple. And that was the last application I filled out. And I just didn't give a shit at that point. So I put all my actual information, but then I put, I checked that I wanted to be a Hooters girl. My reason was I thought I'd look really cool in the orange shorts and blah 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 blah. I put a bunch of other just BS on there because I didn't really want to work at Hooters until they were the only place to call me back for an interview, and then I worked there for 2 years. Not as a Hooters girl. I was back of the house. I think I could have rocked Hooters girl, but
did they mention that to you? They were like, "We can't let you be a Hooters girl."
that's the reason they called me.
It was like, hey, "You're hilarious."
Yeah, the manager, that manager was a lot of fun, and he's a lot of fun to work with. Problem was, it was a manager training store, so like once he got trained, they moved him to another location, and then they brought in. That store constantly got new managers who were trying to learn to be managers, and most of them suck.
Most of them creepy too.
Oh yeah, real creepy. That was back when they could still hang chicken wings from the ceiling and make the girls eat the wings without using their hands to see who got to go home first.
Every time I hear something about Hooters, I hear something worse and worse.
Mm-hmm.
Like first it was like they have to debone your wings if you ask them.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. And
yeah,
two, now I'm hearing about the chicken wing hanging from the ceiling to see who goes home first.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd watch it.
Yeah, people did. That place was always full of creepy weirdos. And, some people come in there because the drinks were cheap and there's always a game on, but mostly it was creepers.
I mean,
or young kids who thought it would be funny. Yeah, no, the wings were good.
Hooters
Naked Cajun was where to go. Yeah. And look, if you're going to go to a Hooters, which I haven't been to that one in a decade or more, but because it was a manager training store, it was like the cleanest Hooters in the state.
That's like nice.
That place was top notch as far as DHEC was concerned.
Ooh, I once ordered Uber Eats for Hooters because I had a gift card and I wanted wings. It's like, I'm going to be the only man in the world that decides to order Hooters off of Uber Eats.
Mm.
It was and it wasn't even delivered by a Hooters girl, because that'd be nice, right?
Yeah. They can't do that. My first month there, we had to have a meeting about how like now the girls had to make sure one of the kitchen guys followed them out to their car.
That's fucking terrible.
Because, there was a guy who blocked one of the girls in and I ran him off with a knife. But before all that, there was one of the girls some guy followed her home and to figure out where she lived, right?
Well, I mean, that's I hope that was it. I hope that's all he wanted to do.
The next day she left and went to work and he broke into her house while she wasn't home. And he cleaned her house. I'm talking behind the refrigerator was clean, spotless, but he stole all of her underwear.
Now, here's the thing. Depending on how much that underwear cost, he might have did a fair trade.
Yeah, but now you have to be concerned that he might break back in, that maybe he wanted the crime scene to be clean before and after.
Well, then the real trick is you keep the cheap underwear in that drawer and you hide your nice ones underneath your bed. So when he cleans, he just takes the not so good ones.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the kind of weirdos I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm not that weird.
No.
I don't think. Do I make you uncomfortable, Chris?
Sometimes.
Do I make you horny?
Not as often. But I didn't say never.
Thanks for listening to the Noob Show. Please direct to all of your Toker noob fan fictions to homebrewdetritus.com. We'll read it. I'll read it on here and maybe even touch myself to it.
I can't tell if you're actually ending the show or if this is a bit.